Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. My name is Andy Duffy, and welcome to Chillin Like a Villain, the podcast where I can do whatever I want whenever I want. How is everybody in the chat today and this lovely Saturday afternoon, morning, evening, whatever the hell it is in the world? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Without wasting any time, should we just get right into introducing our guests for today's episode? I think we shall. So, starting off with our first guest, they are the creator, or the was creator of Fight and Flight. He is now doing a successful animation career on YouTube right now with his lovely animations. He is absolutely amazing, and I've had a great chat with him yesterday. So yeah, here he is. It is ChrisShwafer.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here.
No problem. Obviously, just give me a second. I have not been feeling the greatest today, so I've got like a bunch of napkins next to me because I'm like trying to not blow my nose.
No.
God damn, I hate having the cold. Anyway,
I've been tired recently.
Alrighty, so let's get into our next guest. He is the creator of Paper Puppets Takes Two. He is an animator for a lot of different things, as well as he's helped with backgrounds for Inanimate Insanity. He's also, for the fact that he's inspired a lot of animations throughout the object show community now. So let's get him in here. It's YellowAngiru.
Hello. Yeah, it's me, YellowAngiru. Andy pretty much explained who I am, and I'm very excited to be here. Very excited. Yeah.
We love and excite you people today. Mm-hmm. Let's get our last guest in here, since obviously they were the last one to come in late. Not calling out why, so let's keep that to ourselves. So get him in here. He is the voice of the floor and Suitcase for Inanimate Insanity, as well as head writer of BFB. He was the creator behind, hold on, let me get the list, Object Universe, Object Twoniverse, and Object Show 87. Here he is. It is Samuel Thornbury.
Oh, hello. Gosh, yeah, Object Universe. I burst out laughing when I saw the stream go up, and it was like, I think it says like Paper Puppets, Fight and Flight, and Object Universe, right? And I was like, I have not been referred to as a creator of Object Universe in years. So I don't know. It was kind of like a nostalgic feeling. It was nice. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for having me. This will be nice. And I'm with my friends Yellow and Christopher, and my new friend Andy Doothy. So it'll be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I should correct you or not.
Go for it.
It's Duffy.
There we go, Duffy. All right. Well,
right, sorry. No worries. Everybody does that. Like,
that's why I said new friend. We're still figuring out the kinks. It's all right. We'll get there.
I mean, at this point, I have to like put a big giant shiny medal on me, just saying it's spelled. Say Duffy, not Duffy.
That's right. The amount of people who have like misspelled or like mispronounced my name. I remember like there was like a BFB conversation going on, and like there were like people calling me Sam like Thronati or whatever. Like people can never get my name right ever. So you know, I'm right there with you.
Also, I did not know what to put as the title. Legit, I was like, "Fuck what should I do? Should I do BFDI and II animators?" No, that sounds a bit wrong. Object icons. Maybe that's a bit too far. Let's just let's just all go with your shows. And I didn't know which one to decide for you, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's go with the first."
Yeah, I mean it makes sense because Christopher, Yellow, and I also do kind of different things in the community. Because Yellow's got like one of the banging shows going on right now. Christopher's kind of veered off, and he's got his own like projects going on, and they're really great. And then he's helping instead on like BFB, II, and stuff. And then I was just a writer on BFB, but I'm not an animator. So yeah, none of them would really mesh for a title. So I think you picked the right one. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on, I'm going to slam this on screen real quickly. We've got this fabulous little thing that's going to go across the screen for the entirety of the stream, so that's going to be fun. But just quick question to ask you all right now: what have you been doing for the last couple of months? Obviously, just asking because obviously BFB is no longer a thing. The finale just came out. I was pissed off when the finale came out, but let's not get into that.
Okay. I mean, we can get into that. Okay, let's go alphabetical. ChrisShwafer, you first.
Yes.
What have I been doing? I haven't been doing a lot recently. I think like the last thing I did for like an object show was like, I think the finale of BFB, I think. And then after that, I've been doing. I haven't been doing much. I don't think. Besides like working on like the Incredible Story and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Andy's like question was just about OSC, right? Just like anything.
Nah, it's just in general.
Oh, anything? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. My high school is like just ended for me, and right now it's like I'm officially done with high school, so I'm getting ready for college and stuff.
Hell yeah!
Very scary stuff. So
yeah, go. All right, I think I'm next based on the alphabet. So what are we doing?
To
Yellow.
be fair, if we were going to go for the second half of Yellow's name, it would mean that Yellow would be first because so.
But I hate him. All right, go ahead, Yellow.
Bringing it. All right. Last few months, I have just, I think, been working. I've been working like tons. Like I have been obviously. The last few months, I've released 2 episodes of my show. Like working a lot on BFB, II stuff here and there. I think overall, I have never been like, I've just always been busy with something at least. So I think that's good. And I'm also finishing up I'm also like finishing up like my first year of uni. So, or at least starting it early. Sorry. So that's what I've been doing recently as well.
Wait, you make a show?
Wait a minute.
Go on. Go ahead and plug it.
I mean, I don't have to. Anyway, so my show, Paper Puppets Take 2, I think it's in the title and the description of this video. Live stream, just making it very clear. Big, bold letters.
Right. I mean, that could have been anyone's show, so. Now we know it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's not like it's in the description or anything like that. No, it's not.
No. I mean, when I first saw that name, I was turned away from the show. Like, I didn't click it for months. But then I was finally convinced. No, it's actually great. Obviously it's biased because Yellow's one of my best mates, but it is one of my favorite object shows that's like ongoing right now. So it's very good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about me. So yeah, like obviously BFB 30 ended. So I was into that production. We still did some J&J stuff because we did the sub special, and that was like a big thing that we got to do to end up. And then I'm still working on II. I voiced the floor. But in personal stuff, just been busy at uni. Finished the semester. And that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, there's just been life stuff like lockdowns or not being in lockdowns, stuff like that. Just a lot of personal stuff. But yeah, it's been good. It's been a good time period.
All right. Well, that was just a small question because I wanted just to get that out of the way before we just get into the more harder questions that I've got for lined up for you guys. So, you guys ready?
Great. Yeah, go for it.
Ready.
All right. So this is more individual. So I'm gonna need to have like two of you to step back here for a second because let's start off with Chris. I've got the biggest question I've got on here, and I don't know if I'm gonna let you decide if you're wanting to answer this, but what happens with Fight and Flight exactly?
Oh man, it's been like. It's been like ages since I worked on Fight and Flight, so my memory's a bit like fuzzy on it. I think I did get some things done on episode 3. I think like, episode 3 script was completed, and like I was like working on the audio, but I don't know what happened, but just like all of a sudden it was like a weird. I was just kind of like not feeling it. I think it was just mainly because of like I had to work on the audio and stuff, and I'm not really a big fan of doing that. So yeah, it's just like I think I was just done with the show because it's just not something I was interested in doing for some reason.
I mean, like, it's obviously not stopped you from making videos in general, because that got you to, just making animations, and look how that got you. You've probably got more views than most of the object show community, to be honest.
Yeah, I still wanted to do, obviously I still wanted to do YouTube. I just wanted to do, like, different things, and I'm glad that I just found something that I'm happy doing, and also, like, it does pretty well with
I mean... the question I've got to ask is like, what inspired you to make your object show to begin with? If you're able to answer.
Obviously, Total Drama World Tour got the plane theme going on. Like, because obviously I got the idea from that, where I just wanted to do like a nice. I just wanted to like have everything take place in a plane, which I really liked in Total Drama World Tour. I think what was my obviously like my inspirations were like BFDI and II. I'm not sure what like the main inspirations are. Like I don't know where I got it from specifically, but I think it's just like a collection. It's just like object shows. I just wanted to like make one myself. And after seeing a bunch of them,
it was really good.
I mean, yeah,
I think it's a really good one. Yeah,
thanks.
I mean, I think that the route you're doing is better now. Like your content now is very clearly you, and like the incredible story. Like I think I've said this to you before, but like the Mario 64 one is such a good video. So
thank you.
I think that you've really found like what you should be doing. I remember because my first interaction with Christopher was him asking me to voice in a show he made before he made an object show. And that was when we first spoke. And then you like joined our group, and then you made an object show. Maybe being surrounded by so many object people influenced you to make one in a way. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I think the route you took was good because your content right now is great. So yeah.
I mean, like, I'm going to ask this just because that I do think a lot of people are wondering this. Was a winner already planned when you did the show, or was that like one of those things where you decide who's eliminated when you're writing the episode?
Yeah. I already decided like an elimination order for the show. I think so it was either like I forgot who won. It was two people. I forgot. It was either Slide Whistle, I think that was her name, right? Yeah, Slide Whistle and Pop Filter. Either of these two won the season. These two won.
I mean, that definitely should definitely satisfy people for who would have won. I mean, one of the things I was going to say is like, are you you're obviously happy with the content you're now making now? So, like, as Sam said earlier, just like it seems more you than what it was before, and it seems like you're enjoying yourself, and you've finally found a footing within like making content in general, not just like at a community. You're just making content for the sake of making content.
Yeah, really. So, really. I'm glad I'm just doing something I really like doing.
Right, I'm going to have to double check. Yellow, are you still there?
Yeah. Hi. Sorry about that.
Hi. You ready? You ready next?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Just want to get individual questions out of the way, and then we'll
have
some questions. So, right. So let's start with the very motherfucking beginning. So, obviously, what made you decide to do paper puppets back in the olden days of the OSC?
I think it was. I don't know. Well, because before I made my show, Paper Puppets, this was 2013. I was about I was just turning. I was 10, I think. Yeah, I was like 10, 11 or so. And before that time, in school, I would draw object show stuff in like comic book forms. I would draw them like pencil crayon, stuff like that. And I really wanted to make an object show, but I didn't know anything about animation or even PowerPoint at that. I mean, kind of PowerPoint, but I didn't know how to do it. So I thought I could just cut them out and then just kind of like, I guess, play with them, I guess. And I think I was inspired by like the BFDI like puppet episode. I was like, oh, they have little puppets here and that looks cool. So I just did it myself, and that's pretty much how it started. Just I using what I could have, what I could do at the time, and here we are now. So that's pretty much like the basic thing. There's no like hidden legendary story. It's just that I didn't know how to do it, so I just made it out of paper. It's something different.
I mean, when you finally got into season 2, was that when you finally had the resources to finally, well, quote unquote, animate?
Yeah, because because originally, like, obviously at the start of the season was done in PowerPoint, and everyone was like, oh, you should make it Flash, and I was like, I don't want to do that, because I mean, I was actually like scared of trying Flash because there's like so many like things about it, so I laid off it for a very long time, and then like the way I would make the show is I would make the PowerPoint slides and then export them as PNGs and then put it in the editing software and do all the voicing over like sometimes afterwards. And then it would just be like a timed like slideshow thing with images. But I think it kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, this is taking way too long. It did take a long time, so then I think 2018, late 2018, I started actually like using Flash, and episode 3, part 2, the other half like started like transforming into Flash, and since then I started using Flash or like Animate for everything. It's so much easier. So there's that.
I mean, from obviously when you've done PowerPoint and now Flash, like which one was like the biggest struggle to learn to do?
Probably Flash, because I was familiar with PowerPoint beforehand, because I would always make like PowerPoint like videos for like a school project or like just for fun or stuff like that. Like I knew like my way around PowerPoint, but then Flash was like a whole different thing because it's like vectors and like tweening and like, oh, what is all this? It's like, I think the jump from PowerPoint to Flash was tougher as well because I had to make like all new assets and everything like that. I pretty much had to start over. So there was that,
I mean, what I do like about the show is that you're keeping it in the same style as what it would have been if it stayed on PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So it's not like all the moves and stuff like that, and the animations are swift, like what usual object shows and stuff like that are. Like they still have that same kind of charm to make it unique to your show. So
yeah.
Like what was that when you were just deciding that back then? Would just like instead of like doing the same kind of animations as what everybody else was doing?
I think the whole thing was like the PowerPoint. Like I kept it like I guess animatic. That's kind of like the style that people are going for now, the animatic style. The 2 reasons I did it was, one, to keep the show consistent because I didn't want it to be like PowerPoint and then they all start like moving and like lip synced and like have all these like intricate movements. That was like one reason. I just wanted to keep it like that. The second reason is newsflash, making an object show is really difficult. It's very time consuming, very, very time consuming. And I like making my show. I really like making my show, but I couldn't imagine myself like animating it, like, frame by frame, lip syncing, all these like nested tweens, I think that's way too much. I feel like that's way too much work I want to put into the show. And people seem to enjoy it. And like, it's just so much easier to get episodes out quicker because, episodes like people who make like fully animated object shows, they take like almost a year every episode unless you have a giant crew or stuff like that. So I wanted Paper Puppets to be also because, the distance between episode 1 and episode 2 was a year, and then episode 2 to episode 3 was another year, and so doing this kind of sped things up. So I just like, I wanted to make the show as quickly as I could, but at the same time, it's like I didn't want to put all the effort into it because I genuinely want to do other things, but I really still like making my show. So I wanted to just, do like shortcuts, I guess, but also making a style, I guess, out of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Last question I've got for you is like, what was your main factor of deciding who was going to be in season 2, and then who you were going to just put aside?
Okay. This one I planned season 2 with an old friend of mine. He was in the community a while ago, but he disappeared. I'm not sure if. I think a lot of OG people remember him. His Fries fan 7844. He was my best friend in the OSC for a long time, and I think some of his characters appeared in my show, and some of my characters appeared in his show, and so I was in like a chat with him, and we just started planning out like who's gonna be in the season. So I think he decided one team, and I decided like the other team, like from the season 1. So it's like, all right, like Bottle's team, you can choose who gets to come on, and Melon's team, I get to choose who gets to come on, or it was the other way around. And so that's pretty much what we decided. And I changed things, maybe like a few characters around, but overall, like it was still like part of it was like Fries fan, but majority of it was from me, and so that's how it went, really.
All righty, well, thank you very much. Right, Sam, sorry if you've been waiting for so long, but I think it's best that you did, because obviously we've got a lot to cover from you.
Sure, let's go for it.
So, let's start from the very beginning for you now. Object Universe, what was the inspiration behind when you were starting off?
Okay, so 2012, I was making Team Champion. That was like the first thing I was making on YouTube, and then I befriended Kingsley, Ultratunes, and we were really close. We were really good friends. We'd talk back and forth about like making like a BFDI project or whatever. And he was making a show called Objectify, which was an object show before Object Mayhem, and it was really cool. And I was voicing in it and stuff, and it was fun. And then he decided to make Object Mayhem, and during production of that, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll make one too." And then we were like, all right, well, let's just release them on the same day. So I just made Object Universe kind of on a whim, because I was like, well, let's just make one with Kingsley. So then he voiced a couple characters in my show, because I was voicing a couple characters in his show. And then released them on the same day. And I remember we had this big emphasis on like shouting at each other's channels when the episodes came out. I think that helped us for a while. And yeah, so Kingsley was very instrumental to me making Object Universe in the first place. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, obviously, because one of the facts that in this community, like legit, there's only a couple of people who have successfully been able to finish their object show in a full season without cancelling. Yourself being one of them, for Object Universe. So, what basically decided that you were going to do a season 2, which was Object Universe?
Well, we just kind of. Great question. We should get back to that one. We should get back to that one. But well, we finished Object Universe because I don't know if many people know about this, but it was when like the time episode 8 came out. I was like, I don't care at all about this season, so I kind of just half-assed the episodes out the door to just get them out. And I remember like they had like no effort put into them. I made them in like a day, if that, probably less. And I just spewed them out because like, all right, I just want to get a new cast. I want to put a new thing together. Let's just make a second one. So when we had the chance, had Brian and Justin come on, and we made a second season, which is a little bit more snarkier and like it's just stupid. And we had a lot more fun making it, but at that point in my life, I was kind of like not that interested in making a real object show anymore. So that's why it got cancelled eventually. But yeah, so that's why Twoniverse was made.
I mean, obviously, you just said it yourself. Twoniverse got cancelled. You got put off of it, and then it wasn't for another couple of years before you went back into making another object show, but not in the same style as what usual stuff.
Right.
Object shows being, as put it lightly, it was a joke show. So, Object Show 87.
Yeah. So I don't know if many people know about this, but it was made because it was made in a call of Niall, Justin, and I. and we were all talking about like, oh, what if we made like an object show and we just like made fun of the episodes that we used to make back in the day. So we make fun of the first episode of OU and OO, and II, and then Niall and I called a lot more than we did with Justin. So we just ended up making it without him, which I feel I feel bad about. But we did get him involved later on anyway because he became the voice of Evil Piers Vita and he was still involved. So that was fun. But yeah, so initially there was the three of us, and then Niall and I, like weeks later, were like, let's just make it because like why not? So we made it, and then that was like my first re-entering into the OSC because I think it had been 3 years. Or two is what it was probably two. I think it was 2014, 2016. So yeah, it was 2 years later. We were like, let's just make a random show that's like shit on purpose. And then we'll just make it like a sitcom halfway through, and that's that's what happened.
It's just one of those things where it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty, well, obviously your most recent work, obviously not in your own like kind of show, but you've been basically the head writer or a writer at least for BFB, and I did originally ask you back like when BFB was still happening, and obviously we paused off just because you needed a break. What was the mindset of making an episode of BFB exactly?
I think the emphasis like that Carrie put on it when I was like hired was just to make it so every episode, I mean, it was meant to be experimental. So the whole point was to make kind of weird episodes that I guess would stand apart from each other, as opposed to making episodes that would kind of like fall in line or feel similar. So that was why we had I wrote an episode where they're in space and they're jumping on planets, and I did a courtroom episode, and then I did like an episode where a contestant's like, I've been here the whole time, and then we did an episode where the budget's going down and the animation's depleting. Like the whole point was to make like wacky episodes that like constantly like did something different to make them feel like they're different episodes. And I think that it worked. Like in retrospect, I think it's cool how different those episodes feel, because you can watch the space one and the courtroom episode and like the budget one, and I feel like they don't feel the same at all, which was the point. And I really liked that because we wanted to cater to a bunch of different audiences. So we were like, yeah, like the space episode, I wanted to make feel like a Saturday morning cartoon. And then like the courtroom episode, I was like, okay, I want to make this is an episode I really want to tell. Like this is a story I really want to tell. And then 29, I was like, let's just make something really weird. The profile episode, I was like, let's just make something that makes everyone go like, what? Because with Profiley, the point of that as well was to just make people like have no idea what could happen in the next episode. Like once that episode comes out, all rules are off the table. Like you can go into the next episode going, what is going to happen next? And then, you know, like the announcer comes back, right? There was an emphasis on having fun with it, being kind of wacky, but then also telling a story about like the hosts and trying to make a narrative out of the behind the scenes changes of the show, because BFB drifted, it had a split. So the whole point was to kind of try to find meaning in that. So the storyline I told over the course of the split was like telling a story about 4 based on 2, you know, taking some contestants and how 4 deals with that, and then how the contestants respond to that. And that led to the finale. So yeah, having fun and trying to tell like a story, and also juggling it back and forth with Carrie, which was really fun. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. I think I derailed there.
No,
yeah.
I think you've answered that perfectly.
Okay, okay.
I will like to point out that Brian actually just entered the chat as well.
No, yeah. I mean, Brian's one of my like. I mean, I've known Brian for 9 years, I think, at this point. Yeah, I've known him since 2012. So Brian and I go way back. And he's one of my closest mates. So he is a big fan, but he's a big fan of my work. I think it's got an asterisk because he is a close friend of mine. But I appreciate it. Yeah, Brian's always been a big supporter of 87. I remember whenever a new episode came out, we would Skype call him and he would just like react to it in front of us. So yeah, that was always fun.
Alrighty, well, let's get into some quick fan questions, and then we'll go into the group questions. So first question we've got from TT Guy is question: Who is the jolliest?
To be honest,
Joseph, what a shit question, mate. Who is the probably Christopher, I'd say.
I would say Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Christopher. Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, Christopher, do you want to say yellow, and then we all said someone?
no, I think I'm quite jolly myself.
All right. Well,
I'll remember this.
sad.
What the fuck is this? Fucking a Telltale game? Anyway, hold on. Right, next one. We've also got another one, which is a follow-up from Legend D, who is the silliest.
Sam. I think it's Sam.
I think yellow on this one.
Oh, that's nice of you. I think it's Sam.
Sam is quite silly.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
There we go.
It's never yellow though, because he sucks.
Oh.
What?
Actually, I'm going to change my vote to me.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 votes for me.
I will remember this again.
All right.
What is this, a Telltale game?
I'm going to read this question the exact same way as that the person wrote it. So let's go for it. Okay. This question is for Yellow. Yellow, why Journal got scared in Cave of PP to episode 1 or episode 8?
Oh yeah, that thing. That is a secret, but maybe more of it will be revealed in the next episode. So something.
Don't worry, I'll answer this for you. Yellow has no idea. He put it in by accident. And now he's really dug himself into a hole. It's a real mess.
Yeah, put it in by accident, upload the episode, and just go along with it. But it is something that, I did tease about it in episode 9 and a bit of episode 8, but this episode will show, I think, what it is inside of the cave. So you'll have to stay tuned for that.
Alrighty. Next question is for Sam. Sam, can you explain how you wrote the BFB finale?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so most BFB episodes, so the only episodes I wrote in conjunction with other people were 20 and 30. Oh, and 18, but I didn't really work on 18. I just wrote the post-credits for 18. But most BFB episodes in 22 to 29, it was just I would go to Carrie or Michael and say, this is the challenge I'm thinking, what do you think? And then they would say yes or no. And then I would go off and then I'd write it. Then I'd come back and I'd give them the script. That was usually how the writing process went. But specifically for 30, because it was wrapping up the entire season, we instead had a discussion between Carrie, Michael, Satomi, and I to decide what elements should be in the finale. Because it's not only a celebration of post-split, it's a celebration of the entire season. So there were several things we wanted to include. We all decided that there should be the voting from season 1 where the contestants vote for the winner again, even though it doesn't really impact anything. We still wanted to put that in there. I really wanted to make sure that Purpleface had an essential role in the finale because I wanted to give him a purpose for the post-split. I wanted to make sure Profile had their purpose, and that was always intended since they were created. So I was happy that got to pan out how I wanted. And there were a lot of things like Michael pitched some jokes he really wanted in. Michael put in the joke, or not really the joke, but it's the opener where Stapy rather does the staple trick with 4 and then matches ew or whatever. That was Michael's writing. So a couple of things got in. We wanted to make sure 2 was there for a little bit and mention just react to the sun or whatever. So yeah, BFB 30 was more collaborative than usual. So I think BFB 29 is kind of my finale of that's what my BFB finale was, because it was just entirely something that I wrote. And then BFB 30 was really cool because I got to work with Carrie and Michael, who were my idols for years, and Satomi, who's someone I also really admire and is a close friend of mine. So that was great getting to work with them and discuss what should be in the finale. But while there were discussions on what should be in the finale, I still did write it. I wrote the entire script. It was just we just went over what should be in it before I went off and wrote it myself. So yeah, except of course Michael added the staple scene and Carrie tweaked some dialogue. I remember he wrote the the bit where Blocky's me, I think I should win BFB, and the announcer's or blocky and not one of the original, or like not one of the contenders or whatever. I remember Carrie wrote that. So yeah, just like little things. Yeah. That was very important.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this for you, Sam. I might have to put a timer on you now.
Yeah, fair. I think I go on for a while. But
I'm gonna have to do the same thing I did with the II crew because I feel like you're gonna spend 40 minutes answering a question at one point.
well, it's okay.
Sam wants it to
what
be
we'll do
all about
is,
himself. God.
yeah. How about this? Anytime I go long, we just cut time from Yellow. I think it'll balance out. That's all fine.
Either
Yeah,
that, we could just give Chris a way just to slap you behind the head. So,
Right. Okay. How about this? The next question for me, I'll give a one-word answer. All right. Next question for me, I'll give a one-word answer.
Okay.
all right. The next question is for Sam. Is Object Show 87 coming back?
Oh, I feel bad giving it a one-word answer. Okay, my answer is maybe. I mean, I'm gonna talk longer. We might do it. Like Niall and I all the time have been like, we should make it, and then we'll be like, like we have ideas and we think they're really good, but if we make it, we'll see. Like we do really like what we've got, like an idea like that we've got cooking, but I don't know if it's a story that needs to be told. So maybe we'll do it, maybe not. Yeah, that's the best answer I can give.
All right. Next question. Another one for Sam. Jesus Christ. Sam, how would have the Object Twoniverse finale happened? Would have been a challenge or contestant voting, and if so, who would have won?
It would have been a challenge, and I don't know if Brian's still here. Maybe he can correct me. But I think the winner was Whistle. I think the winner was Whistle. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. The winner was either Whistle or I think Propeller Hat. I think they were the winners. Or maybe Propeller Hat came third. I'm not sure, but I think one of them won. So yeah, it would have been a challenge. One of them would have won, but we got nowhere close, and we will never get there. So yeah.
Finally, we have a question for Chris. For Chris. When will the floor comes out?
Floor.
I think
Sam's character.
I think.
Another question for me.
I was going to say, is that
Okay.
for
It's all about. Okay.
Did they mean floor 9?
Yeah, I think they're probably talking about floor 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
I really want it to come out soon, but it's really it's taking forever. I think like after the next incredible story like comes out, I'm done with. I'll just like I'll work a lot on it, like this summer. I'll definitely do that. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get it done maybe like this year. I hope. I don't know. It's pretty hard to animate. You know, it takes forever. But I'll try my best. Try my very best.
I know this question is directed to Sam, but can I make it towards everybody?
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
This question
I'll allow
is basically, who is the hardest character to voice for you guys?
That's a good. That is a good question.
Mine is Suitcase, no doubt. no question.
I remember you always like complain about it because it's just like it's so like straining, right?
It really hurts my throat. For like I can't talk like normally for like a day.
I mean, do you want to try and say a word is Suitcase right now?
No way. I usually need to prep for like 3 hours. It takes, and like usually I'll be calling with Brian and Justin because I'll do my lines in a call with them, and they will direct me through because II3 I just kind of send in my lines willy nilly. By II2 like there's like intense voice direction, and we'll call for hours. We'll do our lines for like 3 to 4 hours sometimes. So I'm just doing the voice for ages, and it kills me. But it's really fun. I'm really happy I have the role, and I'm happy I've had it for so long. But yeah, it's the hardest for sure.
Is this kind of why you're happy that we only get like an episode of season 2 annually?
Yeah, that's great because I can calm down, and then season 3 is a lot easier. Like the floor is just me going like, "Yay!" So you know, it's way simpler. Yeah, a lot more chill.
All right, Yellow, you want to go next then?
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to think of if there are any characters that I voice in other shows that are tough for me to do, but I think every time someone chooses me to voice a character, I just put on my normal voice and just do that. But thinking about my show, and the characters that I voice, I think the hardest one is either Bubble Wrap or Chainsaw, because Chainsaw, I have to put like a rough voice on me, and when I do it for a while, like my throat kills, and so I try to. And plus, I have a lot of characters to voice, so either I have to voice him first and get it out of the way, but then like my voice is gonna hurt after, like then I'll do the voices, or I have to voice all the other characters and then wait to do Chainsaw last. So that's like tough. But then Bubble Wrap, I just think it's like, personally, I think it's just kind of dumb. I have to like talk in a high pitched voice and say to like in my house, like, I'm recording something, so don't mind that. I'm like talking in a very high pitched voice, and you know. That's also a bit straining on my voice, so yeah, I think it's those two, really.
Alright, Chris, do you have an answer for yourself, or?
I don't have. There's not a lot of. I don't voice a lot of characters in audio shows. Like in.
Doesn't need to be an object, man.
No, I don't even like voice in like. I mean, I voice occasionally, but that's like voicing like. I only like say like one word and stuff. And even if I'm like voicing a character, I just use like my normal voice. So, oh wait, I forgot. There was a character for Xander's show. Fucking what's his name? Coca-Cola or something like that.
Yeah,
where I had to like make like that voice, and that voice like kills my throat for some reason. So I guess like that's like the hardest character I ever voiced, because I have to constantly do that.
Didn't they tell you to do the voice and you didn't even know what the character
was? I remember like
was?
Xander like asked me, he was like, "Hey, you want to voice my show?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Oh, you got to make that voice." And I was like, all right. What is the character? What's the character?" And then I didn't know until like the episode came out, I think. And then it was the fucking like image of like a guy with a giant like Coca-Cola can in his like mouth. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
yeah.
I did not expect that. I have no idea who I was voicing, and it was quite a surprise.
Alrighty, well, we've got a next question, and it's for Yellow. We'll do 2 more questions, and then we'll get into the group questions. So, next question is for Yellow. Yellow, how long is your hair?
It's funny you say that, because since well, yeah, I draw myself with very long hair. And back then, like, I've had long hair my entire life. And so when quarantine hit, the COVID thing, and like March 2020, obviously, like, I couldn't go and get a haircut. So my hair was extremely long for a very long time. I think it went down to like a few inches past my shoulders, I think. And it was like the longest it's been for a very long time. But recently, I think like a few days ago, I got a haircut, and so now it just barely like touches my shoulders, and I think it's So there's your reference.
Alrighty, and then last one is a question for everybody. We'll let Sam answer when he comes back, though. But for question for everybody, have you ever watched those prediction videos of your own shows before?
Yeah.
I think I've seen like 1 or 2. There weren't a lot.
I watched them all. I love that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there were a lot of 87 ones, and I was like, this is weird, because we just eliminate the characters randomly, and it's a joke. But like, there were quite a lot, and it was nice. And I really like watching that stuff, because it also kind of shows you what the community want. Like, you know, it's not always the best thing to just do what the fans want, because sometimes like the story like requires something else to happen. But you know, if you see everyone likes, I don't know, like if I saw everyone was liking like, you know, stick figure, there was no reason to get rid of stick figure. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so that I think it helps gauge what, you know, people want. So I thought they were really helpful. And they were good to watch, and they're fun.
Yeah, it's like same thing with me, because I mean, anytime someone makes like a video, like, or like a prediction, or it's the kind of a bit off, but like a bit off topic with it, but it's like still relating. It's like when someone makes like a prediction video, like a reaction video, specifically prediction videos, it's like, oh, that's so nice. Like, I watch every single like fan like prediction video, reaction video that anyone makes of my show, because they're like putting in like their time and like their effort to like make a prediction of my characters and like make an elimination order. And it's like I think that's like I think it's very like nice. So I watch them, and I use those as well as like, you know, what characters people like, and it's very insightful. It's very helpful.
I would like to just point out that Brian did actually get back to you, by the way, Sam, for saying it was Whistle.
Okay, yeah, easy. Yeah, I mean, he was clearly our favorite character. I mean, we had, like, Brian and I had a couple favorites that we just liked. Like, I remember Rubik's Cube was a character we liked because it was literally just based on Frasier. And that was, like, just the whole joke, which, like, none of the kids got anyway. Just a joke that we liked. But, yeah, I remember Whistle was definitely our favorite, so that makes sense that he was going to win. Of course, Brian liked him because he voiced him. Wow. It says a lot about his character, and it doesn't say anything about mine that I'm bad-mouthing him on a stream where he can't reply. That speaks good to my character, if anything, so, yeah.
I mean, I can legit just give him a link to the stream right now, and then let's see the fight happen.
Just comes on and fights with me.
That'll be incredible, great content itself. Just I crewmates fighting each other. That's lovely. Let's go for it. Also, Ryan did also turn around and just said, "Oh wow, I actually just got my haircut Friday as well." That was to Yellow as well. So yeah. Anyway, so got quick group questions here now, and then we'll go for our break. So we'll be on our break in 50. We'll be in our break in 15 minutes. So hopefully you are able to handle yourselves in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
Alrighty. So first things first. What is the biggest struggle with working on any object show for you guys, or just in any animation? Just towards obviously Chris.
I said this before, but it's like audio editing. I really do not like that. I really hate that. Just doing it. It's just so hard to like find. It's such a hassle to like find sound effects from like the internet, because like half of the sound effects like I search up were like shit. They were like not great, so it's really hard to find the good ones.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Should we go proper alphabetical this time? So Sam would be next.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I think it's a hard question, because I think there's different difficulties working on Object Show. I think one of the main reasons I also quit doing Twoniverse was I guess there was this like inherent feeling of like it's not fully mine, like it's a fan series of BFDI, and that kind of pushed me away when I was a kid. But like I think now that I'm an adult, in retrospect, I'm like, well, it definitely is its own project. Like, you know, Michael and Carrie have been so nice to make this community where like kids and everyone really can just make their own show using this formula, and they're so supportive of it. And I feel like back then I felt like guilty for being like, oh, I'm making an object show, and Carrie and Michael probably like angry people doing it, but like they're totally not. But back then I thought they totally were. So that was kind of something that weighed down on me when I was making Universe and Twoniverse. So I'm glad that Carrie is so clear nowadays about how open he is about the community and how happy he is people like make that content, because I think that's like inspires like kids and stuff to not feel the same way. So that's awesome. In terms of just like BFB, it was just stressful. Like writing episodes would be like scary because you don't want to upset the fan base. And I remember like before the Fiery and Leafy episode came out, like the Courtroom episode, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of pressure on this one to tell it right. And it seems like most people loved it, so that's good. But like, I remember before that episode came out, I was so nervous because you don't want to upset people. Like, you know, you want to just make people happy. So that's like the hardest part of content creation is trying to make sure you make people happy. So yeah, definitely that.
All right, and Yellow, do you have an answer?
I think toughest part about making an object show. I would also say, I think like everything to do with audio, honestly, like audio editing is like, it's fine. I just kind of like have this, like, I used to hate audio editing a lot, but now I've had this mindset of like, well, it's not going to get done unless you do it. So just get it done. And so you don't have to deal with it anymore. It's like, okay. So I just kind of like, usually that's like the mindset, like every part of my show. It's like, I'll just get it done. Just like that. Audio processing.
You guys are dumb. Audio is so good. I mean, audio processing I can see is like a bit
Audio-
of a chore, I suppose.
Um,
But audio editing is so great. Like having like dialogue line up and like actually like perfecting that like comedic timing you want is so satisfying. Like hearing a joke laid out and you really like how it sounds. That's so cool, and that can only be really be done in audio. So I think that
Yeah,
that's like
I
a really
guess
cool
so.
component.
I mean, yeah, but I think it's also just like I have to. I don't know. It's just like a daunting task, like opening up Audacity, import all like the lines. Like some scenes that I've done, and a scene that's coming up has like 12 people in it, so I have like 12 layers of lines, and I'm like moving that all around, and that's annoying. I can get like
Yeah,
the timing though. The timing thing can be fun. Audio processing is a new thing on Paper Puppets. It's mostly done by Lego TD and Gaigoon, actually like legends. Like they like
Yeah, they're great.
yeah, I'm just kind of like it's like the first time where I'm kind of like a newbie in it. I'm doing it in like Audacity, and like Lego and like Goon are doing it in like these like giant like programs that are made for like audio processing, like Isotope RX, something like that. And I'm just kind of like sitting there like, is this good enough? And I'm like, because I'm also like not really that good at like kind of like hearing all the little audio things. So it's that. And also another part about audio is music. I think that is one of the hardest things to do for an episode. And that might be weird, but when I finish an episode, like I like animation, I like setting it up, all that. But then I'm like, oh, what music do I want? I'm like choosing between like 7 different like audio things. So like pick the right one. It doesn't always sound like as good as I want it to be. It's always like took me a day to put in the music last episode. It was actually really difficult. So there's that, Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I'm also just going to say right now, just popping this. This is the last Brian question. I'm putting this up here.
It's okay. Like we've met up, and I can safely say I would win. So there's no worries there.
That is big balls. That is big balls to say. Forget the Logan Paul fight. It's Sam versus Brian.
Yeah, we have like an OSC boxing match with Brian and I. Honestly, it'd just be embarrassing. It'd just be really embarrassing for both of us. That's how it would end.
It would most likely be like a slap at each other, and then you just call it quits.
Yeah, like that really cartoonish, like just whacking each other with like our hands. Yeah, it'd be that. I also just wanted to say, because Yellow was talking about like Lego, Lego TD did a lot of the audio processing and audio editing for BFB, and they did so much. Like they did such a good job. They like carried a ton of that weight, and they were really instrumental in making sure that the audio was really good in BFB. So I just wanted to shout them out because they did such a good job with that.
Yeah, they do. And, he puts a lot of time into his work. He's very dedicated to this kind of thing, and he's like really good at it. So I also have to give him another props, because the thing is with like I just Lego does a very good job on my show. And like BFB, like that was actually like like a paying job, and like Lego is like doing like a lot, and Lego still does like a fair amount for my show. So I'm giving him props because it's real like dedication. I think that's like awesome that he's like, I don't know, it's really cool.
Yeah, and Lego TD is also like an OSC legend too.
Yeah,
so
he's like,
cool yeah, it's cool that they.
I will say like Lego's a great person. Like I've had a few interactions with him, especially when I had an interaction with him like legit just a couple of weeks ago when he was on here for an episode with the ObjectCon people. The man dedicates a lot to the OSC, and you really got to give him props, especially when he does like the whole the interactions with the community to try and bring it more closer with each other, because apparently we've now got a film festival happening this summer, so that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's really, I think it's also like really cool. Just
So just obviously give a clap to him for that. But yeah.
Can we just devote the rest of this podcast to talk about Lego TD?
Yeah, just
Christopher, you haven't said anything yet.
I love Lego TD.
There we go.
Friend.
Lego TD is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Anyway, okay, so we've got one more question here, and then we'll go for our break here. So the last question I've got here for you right now is if you've got any advice to give for anybody who's inspiring to make their own object show, what would you say to them? Let's go backwards this time. So Yellow, you're going first.
I have like there's like advice that I have, but I don't want to come across as like mean or or like what's the word? Like put like I don't know. It's like
I mean, one of our guests beforehand did turn around and say to people, like, if you want to make an object show, don't. Like,
honestly, like that is like kind of a mean way to say it, but like at the end of the day, making an object show, especially when you're like younger or even older like that, you know, like making an object show is very difficult. It could be easy at sometimes. Like I think, you know, production I think sometimes can, you know, very smoothly, very easily, but after when you finish an episode, you're like, oh wait, I have another one to do, and another one, and another one, and another one. It's like, you know, object shows, when you make an object show, it takes a lot of time out of your day. And especially when it's like, it might not even be worth it because a lot of people are like, oh, I want to do like original content. It's like, oh, I want to like focus on like, I don't know, other kinds of animation. It's like, you know, sometimes an object show can feel like it's dragging you down. And sometimes it's like, you know, people have been doing it for so long. But so I think like, you know, and also, I mean, I guess like a lot of the people in the community are like kids. So, you know, I guess they have a lot more time on their hands. But I think I guess my advice is if you really want to make an object show, I would say go for it, but I think you should plan it out. I think that is the most important thing about an object show because a lot of the people who cancel their object shows, they're like, oh, I don't really like this idea anymore. It's like, oh, there are too many characters. Like, oh, I don't really like the characters. It's like, obviously, like you're subject to change, but I feel like if you really like meticulously plan out your show, it's like, oh, I'll have like maybe like 16 characters. It's like also like big cast, like, you know, people can do it, I guess. But personally, it's like, if you want an object, if you want to make an object show, if you want to get it done, literally, I think it should be a small cast, thought out planning, and just everything because it is very hard. It is very hard. And I've been doing like the second season for 5 years. So I thought I would have been done by now, but you know, obviously I'm not even halfway done, but you know, I'll keep going, but it's just like, it is very tough. It's very tough to do. That's my advice. Just planning. That's it, really. You know.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep. It's your turn.
All right. I just want to say, fuck Yellow's answer. It is shit. If you want to do an object show, just fucking do it. And I also disagree with whoever just said don't in the previous stream. So I'm throwing shade at whoever said that. My whole thing is, if you want to do something, just do it. Like, it's not harmful. It's just having fun. Like, if you make one episode and cancel it, who cares? Did you have fun making that one episode? If you did, great. If you didn't, you learned something. That's fine. But all art takes effort. It's like, no matter what, if you want to pursue something, if you want to create something, it's going to take time. And you have to get better. And the OSC is a really good place to start. If you've got no experience and you want to be in a community that's pretty helpful, really close and tight-knit, and you want to meet like creators and talk to people, then the OSC is a great place to go. Because if you make a show, you will probably come across another creator and talk to them and like befriend them literally in an episode's time. Like, you can figure it out. Like, the community is so close and it's helpful, and like the shows themselves are like always charming when they're starting out. Like, you know, a project that's someone's first piece of work when they do it, that's like the coolest thing, seeing someone try for the first time. So I think if you want to do it, just make it. It doesn't matter if you cancel episode 3, 9, 15, 20, who cares? You can cancel if you want, but give it a shot if you want to. If you want to do it, just do it. And if you want to cancel midway through, it's fine. But it's a good learning experience, and making all art is hard. So just give it a shot. That is my answer.
I mean, if you're not making a show, even it's like, just if you're wanting to get into voice acting or animation stuff like that, just try it out. It's no harm in trying.
I think that is a cool
exactly.
idea to see. Like, you could do anything.
Go do a comic, just do it. If you want to make a song, just do it. Like, you only get better by trying things more. So if you really want to be like a writer, just write some episodes. And you don't have to do OSC content, but if you want to, do it. If you want to do anything, just try, because you only get better with time and effort. So just keep your head at it. And I reckon if someone is sitting out there thinking, oh, I kind of want to make a show, but I'm not sure, just go for it. Like, even if it sucks, like Object Universe sucks. It is shit. I'm so happy it exists. Like, going back to those episodes now I'm an adult and watching those when I was like 12, 13, making them. Like, it's just such a nice thing to look back on. It's a nice memory. It's cool to see where I've come from. And like, it's always nice to see where you started from. So I 10 out of 10 times say just go for it, 100%. And Yellow was wrong in the end, which is common. So anyway,
Part of my
Yes.
language, but fuck you, Sam.
We've summed it up, and I was right. Anyway, Christopher, your answer.
All right.
I guess my advice is don't trust Yellow. Don't work for his object show. Don't try it out. Don't try out this game. Object sucks.
Really yellow
Can't trust him these days.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see. I'll remember this as well. Telltale game.
Yellow, I sort of feel sorry for you, but at the end of the day, you did originally tell me no before you done this, so like.
Oh
okay.
my god! I'm sorry, Yellow, but let me also throw some shade at you. What the hell is this?
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have had such a shit answer, huh? Anyway.
You know what? I think from the perspective of, making a show for 5 years, I think, sometimes you gotta plan shit out, okay? Sometimes,
Okay, well, coming from the perspective of someone who made 3 and finished 2, I'd say go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right, well, whatever.
And look, working on a show, it's also fun. Like, I've been part of the II crew for what, 8 years?
Yeah, it is
and
fun,
it's great.
Yeah.
It's really fun to be in that environment and being part of the BFB, like the new BFB crew. That was so fun. Like, it's just fun to be in like an art work environment. And it's really good to get your foot in the door. If you're like 14, you're probably not going to be used to working in crews and working with other people. So it's a really good learning tool. Don't listen to Yellow. End of story. If Yellow tells you something, don't do it.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
I'm just gonna let the two children find background right now. So, Chris, do you want to answer, and then we can go for a break?
I guess like it's I guess it's similar to Sam's, where it's just like just make an object show if you want. Because you learn a lot. It's a good learning experience, and you get to make friends and stuff. It's a nice way to try out new things.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see. We'll let you go for your break now. So, with that being said, we're going to be away for a 10-minute break. We're going to be sorting out our game of Object Pictionary. Who do you think is going to win? It's obviously not going to be me, but let's see me ultimately fail at the end anyway. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll see you guys then. Alrighty, I am back from my break. I don't know if the others are. I'm just going to send a little small message. Alrighty, hold on. Just gonna slam these guys in
Hello.
here.
We've talked things out.
Yeah, we had a
guys
bit of a brawl, but I got some good shots in. Yellow got some shots in.
I really didn't specify like my shots. Like they were also good.
Well, that's why I purposefully didn't say you got some good ones in. So, I mean, I didn't want to be rude. Anyways,
I got it. Yeah.
yeah, just in case anyone was worried, Yellow and I were not actually arguing. It was just
No,
just a jest.
no, but it was funny.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I have never laughed harder in my life. Just saying.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, I think I've spoken to these two probably almost every day for 4 years. Like, I have not stopped speaking to them like every day. So, yeah, I think we're just comfortable fighting and stuff like that. But I realized because we're on a live stream, I was like, uh-oh, people might take that the wrong way.
Alrighty, so we ready for ourselves some object Pictionary?
Let's go.
Right, so to explain for anybody who doesn't know how to play, basically the person who's going to be drawing has to... Thanks for whoever just done that.
Yellow.
So basically the person who...
No, behave yourself.
Will have to be... I'm going to kill you.
That's obviously Sam.
Yep.
I can tell by the
Let
style.
Andy talk. Let Andy talk.
Right, so how to play the game... you basically have to draw an object from any object show as you want, as long as everybody should at least know. And basically, we've got a minute on the timer. They draw for a minute. If the person guesses within the minute what the object is and what object show they're from, they get a point, extra point if they do get the object show. If nobody gets it right and the timer goes off, then the person drawing gets a point. And basically, it's basically a race to whoever gets 5 points, and if whoever gets 5 points at the very end will win. What will they win? Bragging rights, because we all love the bragging rights these days.
All right, question: can we keep this on the screen, or
no, honey, no, you're gonna have to take that off. Like, where else are we meant to draw?
Oh no! I've run out of backspace to erase it.
That's why.
Oh my god!
Like, here's the thing. That's why I had my little mini me at the corner, small as fuck, so that way it wasn't drawing up anywhere.
Don't worry, won't happen again.
Are you sure about that? All right, but in all seriousness,
yes,
you've all used this before.
Yes.
No, but I think I can figure it out. Oh, I think.
Right. Okay. So all right. So for who's starting first, let's go for the bet who basically started the fighting. Sam, you can go first.
All right. So I'm just drawing a character, and everyone has to guess who it is. Is
Yep.
that?
Yep. You've got a minute to draw though. So I'll tell you when the timer starts. Tell me you've got a character in your head.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Right, also, we're just going to go alphabetical, so it'll be Sam, then Yellow, then myself, then Chris, and then we'll just keep on going around until one of us gets 5 points. So,
Right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right. By the way, I can't draw, and I'm using a touch. What the heck is happening? All right. Wait. There we go.
Pin.
Guess who this is?
Wait, it's pen.
Pin.
It is. I think ChrisShwafer said it first.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There you go. There's Pin in all their glory.
Yeah.
Anyway, ChrisShwafer got a point. So
You have to specify the show it's from.
I didn't even hear Chris.
What?
I honestly
I-
did not hear Chris.
Yeah,
I
Chris
definitely
definitely said it.
Alright,
Chris.
okay, fair enough. Alright, so did Chris say the show, or...
no, I don't think so. I just said Pin.
Right, so Chris just only gets 1 point then.
Oh, do you have to say the show it's from too?
You can get an extra point if you say the show, because you could draw like a pen and then just say, "Oh, it's not that pen." Like you could be pointing and saying like, "Oh, it's pen," but it's like tack from like Birmingham.
It's gonna be hard for me because I'm bad with my object show names because I struggle remembering them.
Also, if you want, you can just keep the drawings on screen like I'm going to do, because I'm just going to post this on my Twitter later on. I've saved a bunch of drawings and I'm going to post them later. So yeah. With that being said, just shrink it down and then Yellow, you can go next. Yellow, if you've got something in your head.
Yeah, I think I have something. I'm gonna try and do obscure ones as well. So
love that.
All right.
Do you know how to shrink that down?
No.
It could just chill in the corner.
Yeah.
I love that. It's just pen just looking from the fucking corner.
All right. I'm ready.
Right. 3, 2, 1, begin.
Oh, it's Boot from crap. I don't know what the show is.
Is it like Mystic something? Oh, am I right? Is it like Mystic Island?
No. No. Wait.
Is it just BFDI leg?
No.
No. Fuck, I know it.
I'm like, the eyes you did reminded me of Mystic. I don't know what it's called.
No. Wait.
This is like the exact pose, like it's always in, as well. So.
God damn it!
We've got 20
I know what it is.
We've got 20 seconds.
Come on. Shit!
I have no idea.
Is it something from the Strive of the Million? For the Million?
Yeah, maybe.
Is it Boot from Strive for the Million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will say though, Chris, the timer went off before you answered.
Well,
so that means Yellow gets the point.
Yeah, it's Shu from the Strive for the Million.
Oh,
no,
name
right.
Yeah. Alright, let me move on.
I've been watching a bunch of older. Also, if you're wanting to know how to shrink stuff down, use transform. Just use transform to shrink it down.
I see.
I don't see where is it?
It's like the little box thing with the smaller boxes on the corners.
Oh, okay, I see it. But I'm gonna keep pin how they are.
Okay, Shu can just chill over there.
Right, my turn. All right, this will be fun. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Rubber ball.
Circle.
Oh, circle from 1.
There you go. You got it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's okay. Chris said circle. I think as like because it's like a circle, but I could tell what it was because the little mole on its eye.
Well done. You know your object show knowledge.
Okay, yeah. So does Chris get the point because he technically said the character?
No, that's technically you.
Okay.
Technically,
you realize Yellow's gonna kick our ass, right? Like, I don't even think it's gonna be close.
Damn it.
I do know my object show knowledge.
Whatever, let's keep going. It's good.
For some reason, hold on.
The little guy's going down as well.
Yeah, the little guy's going as well. I don't know why it's not shrinking normally. Wait, hold on. I actually might have a way. Hold on. I got it. Motherfucker, I got it. Right, okay. Chris, you're next.
Next? Alright.
Just
I gotta... Alright, I'm ready.
Just double checking to see if my thing is going to work. Yep, it is. Right, okay. Right, so you've got a minute. 3, 2, 1, begin. Another circle. Profiling from BFDI.
No, who is this? Is it Balloony? No.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, it's Storm Hill. Battle for Storm Hill.
Oh, it is.
All right, you only got it right.
From the Minutely Object Show.
What?
Default legend.
Donato's joke show, Minutely Object Show, has this little South Park character called Storm Hill.
I don't watch too many joke shows. Oh no! Oh, that's gonna bite me in the ass, right? So points currently.
Don't worry, I won't do. Next time I won't do a
Yeah, I'm
joke
very
show.
sure if Yellow gets one more point, he wins.
Yay!
So
Sam,
Sam,
you
next.
gotta pick an obscure one.
Okay.
Someone Yellow doesn't watch.
An obscure one. Yellow knows more object shows than I do, and especially you. Okay. You know what? We'll play for
Sam,
second
you have
afterwards.
something.
Alright, Sam, what's an object show that you and me both know?
No, we don't talk about this.
There was a time where we like both watched like an object show, really. Like it was just like in a call together, right?
Fuck. I mean, probably, but who knows? How about this? Christopher, you're just gonna be quick, all right? You'll know who they are the second you see them, all right?
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Andy.
Ready. Okay.
Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh God. Wait.
Blackie.
Paper. OJ.
OJ from Inanimate Insanity.
It is OJ. It is OJ.
Oh, it's OJ.
That's not a first motherfucker.
But I specified the.
Finally, I got a point.
Where's from?
Yeah,
Well, at least Yellow didn't get a point.
yeah, I was
Well,
like, what the heck is this? Because I thought it
No,
was.
do you want me to tell you something? I'm glad because I never got a single point from the other motherfuckers I played with.
There you go.
Right, I get right. So Yellow, you're next. Oh fuck.
Hold on. Let me think of. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Oh shit, we're fucked.
No, it's
3,
okay.
2, 1, go.
Wait, what? Why isn't it? Oh.
Acorn.
Is that
Acorn
Acorn?
Rollo?
Yeah.
Is it Acorn Rollo?
No, not.
Who got it?
No, wait, it's Acorn from Mystique Island.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Who got that
Fuck
there?
you, Yellow.
That's
Who
Chris.
got that there?
Well, I mean, I got it right. So
Yeah.
Wait, who got it?
That's Chris. Chris got it.
Right, so it's tied between Yellow and Chris then.
Oh.
Sweet Acorn.
Oh. Let me
And
move
it
over.
seems like I'm next, so this will be interesting. Hold on, let me look at my list.
Wait.
I have a list of characters, like, to fight me.
We got a good round of characters. We got Pin,
Oh,
Stormhill,
that's gonna
Acorn.
be a fun one. Right,
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go. Fuck. Why is it not working? Okay.
I was thinking, what? Alright.
Ty?
Ty from
Next top thingy?
crap.
Or Ty from Last Object Standing? Because he's
You got
technically
it.
in that. Oh, okay. Yay. Last Object Standing.
Does that make sense?
I'm terrible
Does
for,
that
like,
mean Yellow
I
fucking
can't
wins.
remember the name.
Yes.
Just gonna finish this drawing because fuck my ass, I guess. Like, Jesus Christ. So is Yellow just dominated all of us here?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
got a point.
I mean,
I
I
won.
was close.
Chris was close, yeah.
I was close.
Sam, now you know how I feel.
All right.
Fuck this
Are we
game.
starting again?
Right, no, that was fun. Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly shake this down because I honestly researched like fucking object shows that were fucking obscure as shit.
That one is pretty.
It's
Sounds like obscure.
it's still known, but not a lot of people know about it now, and it's you know.
Yeah.
But let me close StreamYard.
Okay.
Right.
Was,
Well, not StreamYard. Fuck. Agiu. Fuck. That was what I was trying to say. Right. Ready to go into questions again?
Yeah.
let's do it.
That was fun.
Also,
Not because
for
I
some
won,
reason
but haha.
For some reason, it swapped Sam and Yellow over. But yeah.
Oh, we're back.
Yellow, you're now officially with the bragging rights.
Yay!
You
But
can
I
now
have the
make fun of
bragging
Sam
rights
if you want.
of not winning. So that's, you know, I'm now on the list of people who have 0 points, and not even Andy can say that they're on that list anymore. So, you know, it's a
Oh
rare
no,
group.
I've had points before. I've actually won this game before with people. So
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm still a legend.
We could just pass the L on to you, Sam.
I'll take it.
Alrighty, so going into more questions from myself now. So this is just all basic questions from you all. When did you all get into the OSC and why? So what order do we want to go from? Like order of who joined first?
I think that'd be me then, right?
Yeah.
Sam, go for it.
Actually, wait, what year did you join?
I joined January 2nd, 2012.
That's specific as fuck.
Oh wait. Wait a minute. When did?
I mean, I've been watching BFDI since 2012, but I only joined the community in like 2017.
And joining the community, do you mean like make
No,
like a
like
presence
when
in
you
the-
started getting into object shows, like that's more of a thing.
When did BFDI 25 come out? Like, because
that was the 2nd of 2012. That's why I know it. That's when I joined.
Oh, did we join this? I mean, I don't think I joined. I don't think I started watching right when it came out.
Do you want
so,
fuck
like, around that time.
it, Chris? You're going first. We're going alphabetically. Let's just not make this confusing for ourselves.
Alright. Oh god, my like. It's like it's a long time, so I have no idea. I think it wasn't really that interesting. I think it just came up in my like recommended like one day. I was like at a restaurant. I was playing my little nice iPad when I was a kid, and I just saw like BFDI 25 just pop up in my recommended, so I started watching it. I watched it like I was watching it like out of order. And I was like confused why like certain contestants were like gone and missing and showing up and stuff. So until like I realized that it was like a nice little elimination show. So I think that's how it started.
Yeah, I joined in with the finale as well, so I did the same thing. I watched it out of order.
All right,
Yeah, what were you saying?
Sam, do you want
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I found it. So I had just come back from a holiday, actually. So I had gotten in at like 3 a.m. or something. I just went on YouTube because like I couldn't sleep, and I saw BFDI on the homepage, and I was like, "What is that?" I'll click it, and you know, I guess it changed my life clicking on that link because I found BFDI and I found II, and then I joined OSC Skype groups because of that, and that's how I met Justin, and that's how I got into the II team. So yeah, it was very much like a little like drop in the water. Like, it was a butterfly effect, right? It was great. Like one thing led to another. See, I joined because of BFDI 25. Yeah, that's how that happened.
All right, Yellow.
I'm trying to think of the first episode. I think the first Object Show episode I watched was either Inanimate Insanity episode 16, which was October 2012, or BFDIA 4, which was like November 2012. And so I think one of those was in my recommended, and I was like, I was so confused. I was like, what is this? And it's like, and also, you know, I've watched I was pretty much spoiled myself about like who got out and like II, because like that episode's like, you know, it shows the final two, and I was like, all right, I guess this is just like something. And then like I saw BFDIA and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I like drew all the characters on like lined paper, and I was like, this is awesome. Like I love this. All right, like I had like I grew such like a big interest into it, because like before that I was like, you know, into like total drama and like total Pokemon Island, like that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that's like a weird era for me. And then I was like, oh my gosh, another competition like thing, but with like these little object guys. This is so cool. And so ever since then, I just kept watching them and joined, like, you know, made my show, like, you know, in the 2013. Since then, and here we are.
I don't know why your story reminded me of this, but like, because you mentioned waiting for like, your first episode was like BFGIA 4. I don't know why, but I distinctly remember because that was like one of the first hiatuses in the OSC. Like the II one from episode 14 to 15 was like the first. Like the second one was the BFDIA one between 3 and 4. And I distinctly remember sitting in like my Italian class with my laptop open and seeing like the preview of episode 4 come out. And I remember just being like so excited for that. So it's funny that we were all in the community years earlier and like all kind of around this episode, and we didn't know each other. Like, because I didn't meet either of you guys till 2017. So, yeah, that's crazy.
And then look at you all now. You're old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we've got canes.
I mean, I can't say anything because, like, I think Chris is young.
Oh yeah, I'm the youngest in this.
Yeah,
live stream.
Cool.
Still a nice little kid.
I also remember though, because I episode 25 of BFDI was the first episode I watched, so I knew that Fiery had won. But I remember I went back to episode 1, I watched it all, and the whole time I was thinking, how does Leafy not win? Because Leafy is by far my favorite of season 1, like by far. And I still don't know how she didn't win. Like when I watch the season, I'm like, Leafy is the best character, like by far. Leafy's so good. Like I don't know how she didn't win. I mean, she came second. She nearly came third. I don't know. Like it's so weird to me because Bubble is like probably like the main character of season 1 because Bubble's like in like every major conflict of that season except the Fiery and Leafy one. And then, but Fiery does probably the least in the season, which I think is interesting. But he's the winner. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think Fiery is a good winner, and like I wouldn't change it. And I think it suits him as being a winner. But like I don't know. I was always Team Leafy back in the day, and I would have liked Leafy to win BFB. I think that would have been cool. She came close. She came 4th, which is good. I don't know. I'll always love Leafy. They're great.
Alrighty. Well, our next question is obviously from your time joining into the community to now. What do you think is the biggest evolution change that we've had from like when you first joined to like right now?
Interesting. I think there's been a couple different eras, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that there's been a couple shows that have like influenced a lot of others. Obviously, BFGI influenced all of them. I think II2 influenced a lot of shows to have a bit more of like, I guess, a dramatic edge, which wasn't really seen in a lot of the early object shows. Like a lot of like post 2016 object shows tried to have like more of a structured story. And I would say that's probably because of II2 and that like the emphasis on that. So I think that was a pretty big shift because there used to not really be storylines. It was just like every episode there's a challenge and then a character leaves. But after that, it became very normal for shows to be like, hey, like there's an evil guy running around, you know, but like he actually was a looming threat. Whereas back in the day, it was like Mifune 4S is around and he's gonna die quickly, or like, you know, but after II Season 2, I feel like a lot of people started putting in like long-winded storylines. So I think that was a pretty major shift. So yeah. Also the BFB art style, that impacted a ton. When BFB's art style changed, like every object show changed its style to that. So that was a huge shift. Because everyone used BFDI assets before then.
Yeah.
I guess like Fusion's like a daily object show kind of like, I mean like only for a bit because everyone was like making their own like something Lee object show.
Mm-hmm.
There's like tons of them. So I guess those cool.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Fusion did start like a cool trend there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest shift has to be like I think it was the biggest shift was BFDI assets to BFB because like, you know, if people did that back then, you know, if they did like, you know, like hand drawn stuff, it wasn't really like it was kind of like a weird thing that people did. But I feel like because BFDI was like for so long, BFDI was just like, you know, like the assets, like simple animation, but then in BFB it's like shows like I feel like that kind of opened it up to like a lot more people because maybe people didn't know how to like pose like things right. It's just that, you know, I think it's like when you see like an object show style, I think the BFB style, like when we got introduced to the BFB style, that kind of like opened it up to like so many more things. Like people, like it didn't really matter how you drew it. It was still like an object show like thing. You can have like the new style and things. I think that's like the biggest thing because like so many shows now have like hand drawn styles and very distinctive styles now. It's like very, very cool. I think it's like that's what I think.
I think this is an unpopular opinion, but I think my favorite style is still assets. I think it's assets too. Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
I do love the BFB style, and it really grew on me. And I especially think like it really flourished in like Teapot. And I think that there's a lot of like really strong animators who are on BFB, like post-split as well. Like I remember every time like Niall did a scene, I was like blown away by it. And I think it has good elements like the new art style because people could do like Yellow did a lot of scenes for BFB so quickly. Like I remember Yellow, like you would sometimes do a scene in like 2 hours, and it would look just as good as everyone else's, like if not better than a lot of people's. Like it looked great. So you were really good at it, and I think it was cool as well because over the course of post split, there were so many animators who like were trying to find their style at the start of it, and then kind of did as it went on. Like they really grew into it. There's a lot of people who at the start of the split like struggled to adapt to the style, who then like were really like banging it out towards the end, and it's really cool to see that. So I think that the new style does have its like pros, but I'll always love like BFDIA's like animation style. That is like my favorite.
I think
I love how that looks.
I mean, I've got a question for you, Sam, real quickly. Just while we're talking about new type of assets kind of thing, what's your opinion on the new like kind of style that II's put on?
I like it a lot. I mean, I think I like that it feels different. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it reminds me of old OSC, but still feel like professional. It's a nice like blend of like, because it's meant to be like the faster, looser style, but like I think it looks really, really good. I love how modern II works, and I think it's cool because it's very distinct from BFDI now. Like I think it looks like its own thing, and I really like that. Like II has never looked like more like different than it has like right now. I think it's great. I think it's really, really good looking. I love II3.
Yeah, and like I think as we're bringing up like like Samson like oh my god, wait, oh my god, there's a giant bug in my room. Holy okay, hold on.
There's a bug in your room?
What? It's huge.
What does that have to do about?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Oh my god. No, it's huge.
Hello. Focus.
Sorry. As I was saying, when Sam brought up BFDIA, oh my god, I have a fucking huge fear of bugs. When Sam was bringing up BFDIA, like when we brought up BFDIA, I went back to watch BFDIA 4, like Michael's scene and stuff like that, like in the beginning with like the Eiffel Tower. I was saying like, cause like stuff like that, like Michael did that 8 years ago, and it still looks like Michael's obviously very talented. It's just like 8 years ago, like that's like that kind of thing still like stands out. If not, it's like that's a thing that like people probably like still strive to do. And like Michael was just doing that like when he was, I don't even know, that was 8 years ago. So he was I don't even know, like in his teens.
I'm 15, guessing. I think.
He was he was 15, and he was doing that. Like that was like very.
It's crazy impressive. I think Carrie's style back then looked really nice too.
Carrie's was also very like very simple. Like I loved it. Like they both had very. It's like you could even see that in shows where it's like some shows like this is a really weird example. Like Bob's Burgers, like they have like the very like kind of stiff, simple animation, but then there's a scene that's kind of like whoa, it's like really like fluid. Like that's what they had like in BFDI. Like Michael's like, you know, like a Michael scene, obviously, like you can tell like the difference in a Carrie and a Michael scene. It's like that kind of thing is like always like was really cool to like look at like back then.
Yeah, really nice. I don't know what it was, but I felt like Carrie's scenes like always felt like really charming. And then like I don't know why, but I was super engrossed in the episodes whenever they came out. And then like whenever Michael's scenes showed up, it was more like I was like whoa, like it really like kind of like shocked me. I don't know, like I think they both had very different like reactions from me, and they both just worked so well. So I love how BFDIA works. Like both their styles really complemented each other. It's such a good season. All
right, see, I'm going to put a cap on this because that we've spent so much on this.
All right.
I also just want to say that Taylor was in chat earlier as well.
Oh, Team Leafy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my little Taylor. Yeah, okay, I'm glad he's Team Leafy. It's a good team to be. You know what? The best people are Team Leafy. So, if you're not Team Leafy, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I got some bad news, mate.
Guess
I didn't say that.
Also, just want to give a quick shout out just because the fact that he's is he not going to be live today, like later on in like 2 hours ish?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
definitely go and watch the stream.
Yeah, I guess if you want. Oh, Mama Fox also just said they're Team Leafy. Great. Yeah, Leafy is the best. They're the best character. So, yeah.
I mean,
What do you want to say, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just, don't want to get into.
Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
I mean, I don't think Leafy's like the best, but
That's it.
I agree with Yellow. I agree with Yellow.
Look, I think there's a lot of great characters. Like Pencil is great, Pin is great. I love Flower. I love Lollipop.
Coiny.
I love Coiny. There's a lot of great characters. I love David. Apparently that's unpopular. Apparently a lot of people hate David. I think David's great. So
David's
there's not many BFDI characters I dislike, but I don't know. Leafy. I think Leafy's weirdly complex in like a really interesting ways, and I think she's really cool. I really love her. But I think all the finalists of actually season 1 and 4 I really like. I like the final 3 in both of those a ton. So yeah, happy days.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I do not like Spongy.
I think Spongy's just kind of inconsistent.
Like that. No, that was the thing. Like I didn't like him that much, but it was one of those things where I didn't mind him. It wasn't until the later episodes where I just started to fucking hate him. Like it was just starting to become very snidey, and I'm like, bitch, no one gives a fuck about you.
I think that's. I think that was funny. Like, I mean, I loved Spongy when I was a kid. Like, he was just like one of my. I think it's because like he was yellow, which was my favorite color, and I was like, oh, look at Spongy. But then, like,
okay, Yellow. Okay, go get bitten by that bug in your room.
It's actually chilling on my wall right now, and I'm looking at it. And I want it to. It's gonna like fly towards me. It's actually like huge, like the size of like
what? What type of bug is it exactly?
I think it's a big moth. I don't know. It's like it was just flying around my room, and it's like I hate bugs. I hate like
oh no.
I hate
Somebody call 911.
Don't worry.
The thing is, I agree. Bugs aren't great, but moths are fine.
But they're like I don't know. I just I don't like big bugs. Like
you know what? That is how you feel, so I understand. I can't stand like.
We're also going to call you a pussy for it, so.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry. Yellow, yeah. I'm sorry.
You gotta bring back up maybe something about Spongy. How about
that? Yellow, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like snarky Spongy. I think he's fun.
I think that was when he was just like in the bus, like, oh, I won't tell anyone unless you can let me sit here. It's like I thought you were gonna tell anyone. Oh, well, you broke your promise, dum dum. Or like he stole like Taco's like speech. I think that's funny. Like
that was funny. That was funny. Anything else though, I was like, ugh. Okay.
I just think because he's like been pushed around too long, it's funny that he's just like fed up and he's just like kind of going off on them. Because he's treated terribly by them. Yeah, so I think it's fair that he's just like.
And he's lost like the most too. He's lost 4 times.
Yeah, lost 4 times. And he thinks that's like a reason he deserves to have the BFDI, which is like the reason someone deserves it like the least, that they got out 4 times. I like Spongy.
Also, we've got somebody in chat agreeing with you. Yellow, like bugs are fine, but only when they're completely still.
You know what? That is actually very true. Very true.
Yeah, I agree with Fast Pass. That's fair.
No, when I see a bug in my room, I kill it.
What?
Oh.
Why? What?
Do not want that in my room. Only me.
No. The only type of bugs that I'm like really fucking scared of is like bees or wasps kind of thing, because of the fact that I got stung once, like back when I was 6 years old.
Everyone always says that, like been like stung by bees. Like
I got stung by a wasp when I was like 6 years old, and I got rushed to the ambulance.
Damn.
I got rushed to the ambulance because apparently I'm allergic to bee stings.
Oh my goodness.
Well, then that's a very fair fear. Yeah. I mean. I've only I don't know how uncommon this is, but I feel like I've just been unlucky. But like 3 times I've stepped on a bee and gotten stung on my foot. Like that's happened 3 times.
Oh my god!
Like walking like barefoot through like grass, and I'll just like step on a bee.
Walking barefoot in grass?
Oh, because I was a kid. Like, I don't know, like I just running around like an oval and stuff. It happens all the time. Like I just like 3 times.
Okay, that's a bit justified. I honestly thought you were like a 19-year-old running across grass on their bare feet.
Well,
like I'm just imagining that. Like I'm very sure those are the type of people where the mobs are just like, don't mind them, sweetie. They're just the crazy ones.
I have
like barefoot bees.
I have like the shittiest experience with bugs because like when I was little, I had like the shittiest room ever. It was like a small room, but it had like a weird crack in the walls.
Oh no.
So every like bug you can think of just crawls out of there. I always have like It's weird, and most of them are just like wasps. Like basically, I get stung like every fucking time.
Ugh.
I always like every time I go to bed, I close the lights. I wake up with like some bug or fly just on my face, just every time.
At least it wasn't like hornets, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Maybe this is why Flower hates fucking bugs.
yeah. I mean, well, they climb all over her. Like, I get it. Like, like the bugs at BFDI like scramble and sprint around. So I totally. And also, like, imagine in the world of BFDI where they're all objects and just bugs exist. Like, it's weird. So I think Flower is very justified for being scared of them.
Yeah, okay, so hold on. We've just went derailed so fucking hard.
Yeah.
We are derailed so hard. I am so sorry.
That's alright.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna ask right now. Have you been watching like any newer object shows like outside of your own, Yellow?
Yeah, I'm watching one.
But like, well, okay, yeah, one's really great.
Yeah. I really like one.
Yeah, it's great.
Any other examples? Like,
any other shows? I'm trying to think.
just that you've been watching that you think, oh, this is actually really good, actually.
I'm gonna have to quickly check like the OSC like Discord like new episode releases just so I can like remember.
I need to catch up on Oso still. I know a new episode came out yesterday.
Oh yeah, I forgot to watch that.
A bunch of my friends got blocked by the Oso Twitter yesterday. Like, it was funny.
gosh.
From what?
Wow.
Like, I was just laughing at them, just like, ha ha, you're dumb fucks.
I'll say like I3, like I obviously like I'm part of the crew, but I don't really like look at any of the scenes. So when it all comes together, like it was very nice. Like the recent episode was really good.
What show?
Yeah, Brian did a great job.
I3.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Brian did a really good job. I like that episode. And, like Taylor as well did a good job, and then like Adam did a good like. I think all the episodes are very enjoyable. The Nightly Manor was also a really good one. Like, I was a big part of like. I mean, I did like props and stuff, but I didn't really see it come together again. But like watching like Alan like kind of like do all of this work was like actually it was really cool to see like Alan so like inspired and like so motivated to like do this because like he was working a lot and like nonstop and it was really good.
Am I allowed to give my 100% opinion without being witch hunted?
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like the Nightly Manor.
That's fine. I think that's the thing that like people are always like where it's like, you know, oh, I don't like this.
No,
stuff.
here's the thing.
How
Like,
good you? It's like yeah.
No, here's the thing. Like, I really enjoy Alan's work. He's like amazing. Like, whatever he posts is going to be amazing. I just thought like I know there's going to be more chapters, but I just thought chapter 1 could have been better. Like, I think like there could have been like some things you could have restricted.
Well,
I think one of the biggest thing that I really just got spaced out on was just like we hardly got any like character development with any of the characters. So like when a character dies, you don't feel too much for them. You're just like, oh my god, they're dead, but like you don't feel bad because it's just like okay.
I think that's completely fair. Like, you know, maybe we had to rely on like because you know those were characters that like were there originally. So maybe it's like newer like fans probably didn't know what was going on. I think like. That whole thing with like object show opinions, I feel like a lot of people are just too mean. I think with that kind of thing, it's like like hot take. Like I really didn't like one. It's like you didn't like one. It's like, you know, people don't have like people have like preferences, and I feel like if people, you know, people can take things like too seriously, but also people can just be like just mean in general because like at the end of the day, this is like someone's like work that they put like a lot of time into, and so you know. Obviously, shows can have criticisms, right? But shows can have. I
will say, like the animation for the Nightly Manor, just chef's kiss. Like it was great. I just think the character development could have been fixed a bit, and then
perfectly fine.
And maybe just the fact that, in my opinion, trying to remember the character, but it was like the small journal dude. I can't remember.
Oh, Sketchpad.
That's it. I think he should have gotten at least a little bit less screen time than he did, because I think it's like anytime he's on screen, like we love comedy relief characters, like in a situation like this, I think we definitely benefit from that.
Exactly.
But like for having a comedy relief character, you've also got to keep in mind that you've got that mystery and like that kind of like atmosphere, creepy atmosphere going on of, oh, there's a killer among us. Who's going to be? Like you've got that, but you've also got like your tension moments where you've got to make sure that you know how to write it. Otherwise, like you've got somebody like Sketchpad who actually made a moment that was really great and lessened the atmosphere and tension from it because, funny.
Yeah, I think like, I mean, obviously there's like no offense to Alan. Alan's a very good worker. Yeah. Nightly Manor, I enjoyed it. Obviously, it's not a masterpiece, but I think, like stuff like what you just said, I'm sure Alan would like, he would love to hear that kind of, like, he would love to hear that kind of, yeah.
I think Alan is actually listening, and I think Alan is listening to feedback from everybody, because, like, obviously, I don't think I'm the only person who thinks this, but I think he will listen and then improve it for chapter 2. And honestly, well done on him, because if he does that, then he's definitely one of the greater creators within the community. Because like if you're a creator and you're listening to fan feedback and then trying to improve on it, then that's going to make you a better creator. In my opinion.
That's like the number one thing. It's just like obviously you'll take that into feedback. Just like going back to the thing is like I just feel like some people might be too like either too critical, like too mean, or too defensive about shows. Like, you know what? If I like a certain show and someone else doesn't like it, whatever. I'm enjoying the show. And that's all that matters,
Like if you enjoy the Nightly Manor, then good on you. Like
exactly.
Because that's the thing. Like a lot of people just say to me, like, I don't like one, and I'm like, that's okay as well. Like, it's your opinion.
That's perfectly fine.
It's just one of those things where it's just like there's a borderline between not liking a show and then telling people to not like the show with you.
And like being like going out of the way to be like, oh, don't watch one, don't watch it. It's like it's like, okay, calm down. It's like, you don't like the show, but you don't have to tell them. Like, I don't know. It's just, that whole thing, it's of the show community. That's just that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, sorry. We've talking, and Tristan and Sam have just been sitting here just like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I've got one more question, and then we'll let the fan questions finish us off. But basically, what do you guys see for the future of yourselves, not just within the OSC, but for like in general?
Ooh, that's a very.
I want to hear Christopher go first, because I don't know. About Christopher. Yeah.
The question was, what do you see yourself in the future?
Yeah, just in general. It doesn't need to be the OSC.
I think I'll just keep on continuing like the incredible story, and I hope that I hope I find like work in like other like an actual show, like be like an animator for like a cartoon. That's my hope to be. Like, grow up.
Yeah, you'd be great at that.
Yeah.
I think you will.
Yeah, that's why I want to learn how to do like more complex animations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like pretty much it. I'm not really sure what I might become in the future. Instead of like, just like keep on making critical stories, and that's it.
Okay.
Because
cool.
Yeah, those are doing really well.
Alrighty. Sam, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not sure it's strictly like OSC related. I mean, I still want to do like voicing for like my friends' projects and stuff. I'm hopeful to get back into doing like something for BFDI one day if there's ever another project in the like faster stream of BFDI. And in the long run, I think like career wise, I would really like to write for like sitcoms and stuff. I think like the best episodes I wrote for Post Split particularly were 22 and 29, which I think both follow like a very sitcom-ish structure. So I think that is like something that I could potentially try to veer towards. So I would love to be a writer on something like Always Sunny or like like The Simpsons or something. I think that would be like a dream job. So yeah,
trying to remember what 22 was. Was that the diary episode, the one in court?
Yeah, it was the court one. Yeah, and
yeah,
then
love that episode. That was one of my favorites, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the typical opinions that 22 and 29 are like the stronger ones, and I agree. Yeah, so they were the ones that I really tried to write like a sitcom structure for, and I think that that's like my strength. So I'd really like
I
to do
think
that.
you'll do
like,
a really good job on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really want
Right.
you to, script write an episode. That'll be so cool to like see.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love that. See, that's my dream goal, I guess. So
I honestly hope we
Yeah.
get to see more work from you, even if like it's just not even just your own projects, just seeing like helping script write for other shit. Like maybe the II crew will give you a chance to write an episode. That'll be fun.
I think they've got it pretty set down. I mean, if they ever asked me, like, yeah, for sure. But I think that the four of them, they know what they're doing. They know what's up. So, and I think those guys just know the characters so well that I think it would be obvious someone else is writing for it. I don't know, like, because I think with like post split, I think like with Carrie and I's episodes, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think you can watch like 22 to 20, like 21 to 25, and you can tell that different people are writing them every episode. But I think with II, the four of them, they feel like, if you know that they're written by different people, you can then notice it. But if no one told you, if someone told you these are written by the same person, you could believe that, I think. Like you could definitely see where they're coming from. So I think the II guys really have that down packed. So yeah, it's really impressive. See, I don't know. But yeah, I think there's a lot of cool writers in the community. Writing with Carrie was one of like the coolest things in like my OSC experience, because Carrie's one of those people who when we sat down to write an episode, he would just immediately have like 80 ideas. Like we would just be like, what should we do? And he'd be like, I don't know. What about if we make them hop on a train? Or like he immediately just could come up with anything. Like it's really impressive. So yeah, a lot of creative people in the community. It's cool to like learn from people. So yeah, the II guys are like really admirable in that sense as well. So yeah. Anyways, I did about that. Yellow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think what I want to do in the future is like I don't even know if I want to be like an animator, because I feel like I like animating. I like doing that kind of thing, but I just feel like it might not be for me. And I am obviously more of like a graphic designing like kind of thing. Like I pretty much made almost all of the thumbnails for like BFB and so like I just liked making them. Like I enjoyed that a lot more than like animating. But I think I like in the future I've been kind of like thinking what I want to do like after, because obviously like it doesn't have to be OC like you said, but it still I guess kind of like relates to it, because after I finish my show, everyone's like everyone's always like, oh, when I finish my show I'm just gonna stop being in the OSC or something like that, something like that, which is fine. But I think when I finish my show, I don't know when that'll be. I might maybe I'll make maybe I'll still contribute to like other people's shows like animating and stuff like that. But I feel like I've grown a bigger liking to like character design, like graphic design, like typography and like photography as well. So in the future, I really hope to kind of delve into something with that, because I genuinely like enjoy doing like typography and like visual graphic stuff than actual like animation. I prefer that a lot more. So I think I want to go into that direction when I, as I grow up and like, get.
That sounds great.
So, yeah.
Obviously, wish you the best of luck for that, because
Thank you.
Definitely try and shape your own future and your decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Alrighty, with that being said, let's get into some fan questions and then we'll finish off. You guys mind just sticking around another 5 minutes then? Obviously, we've hit like the 2 hour mark, but I think 5 mints wouldn't hurt, right?
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's do some last few questions. By the way, there is a voice request here. I'm not entirely sure if any of you are wanting to do it, but this is for Sam.
Huh?
Apparently, somebody wants to hear you do Map's voice again.
Map's voice is just my voice, except it was prepubescent. So yeah. I guess new voice would just be my current voice, except it had an echo effect. So I guess if you want to, you can take this, put an Audacity and no echo on it. All right. Hey guys, Map here. I know some of you missed me, but don't worry, I'm finally back. There you go. hope that sufficed, Arthur. And take care.
Alrighty. Somebody to everyone. What languages do you all speak other than English?
None.
I know a little bit of Chinese. That's it. Yeah, because I think Mandarin's like my first language, and then it was like English. But I kind of sort of forgot a little bit of Mandarin, but I know like some words or like some phrases.
That's cool. I wish I could know another language. That'd be sick.
I mean, I was taught like German and French back in like school, but like the minute I dropped classes, I just forgot everything. I forgot everything. Like the minute, it was just one of those things where it's just like, is it something useful to me? No. Then bye.
Yeah, that's the same. Like I learnt Indonesian and Italian in high school, but like, no, I didn't. I don't know anything about them anymore. So like, you know, I just forgot. I left the class. I forgot.
Question for Chris. How did it feel when you got your silver play button?
Oh yeah. It was like so surreal. It's like, because when I started my YouTube channel, like, I knew because of course I wanted to like, oh yeah, be like popular and famous, but like it wasn't. I didn't really expect that would happen because it's like really hard to do. But I would, like, I never expected just to get that. Because I thought it was like way too hard, but like I did it. Like I just can't believe
that.
That
was so surreal seeing you do that. That was so sick.
It's crazy. Just never expected it.
From Christopher.
Alrighty. From Zoe C for Sam. Did Object Twoniverse have anything planned for an episode 6?
Actually, yes. Okay. It's actually such a dumb episode idea, but I thought it was really funny. But this is an episode Brian and I came up with, and it was because in episode 5, like it's been a couple months, and they've like left the island for a while. And it ends with them going back to the island. Episode 6 was gonna be like these like annoying people that had moved in on the island and like were refusing to leave the island so they could film their show. So the challenge was to like make them like fuck off the set. Because like they kept like walking in when like they were trying to like do the challenge and like do the elimination and stuff. So like yeah, that was the episode. It was just like annoying people living on the island. They had to try and get them to leave because they just like moved in to piss them off. That's the profiling thing.
All right. Bestie's in chat. Tippers has asked if you've watched any of them, Survivor or Big Brother.
Oh, Survivor for sure. Survivor's one of the best shows.
I watched a few Survivor seasons.
I haven't watched either.
I love it. I've watched all 40 seasons of Survivor. I'm excited for 41.
I've never seen a single season of Survivor, so I'm going to have to see Big Brother.
Sad. You should watch it. My favorite winner is probably 25. I don't want to say the person because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but season 25's winner, I love that. Like, they're so good at the game. So 25's winner's great. 28's winner's great. 20's winner's great. The 40's winner's great. 37's winner's great. A lot of good winners. It's a good show, and everyone should watch it. Especially if you like BFDI, you should definitely watch it.
Alrighty. Which duo is better, Coiny and Pen or Fiery and Leafy?
Fiery and Leafy.
Coiny
Fiery and Leafy. I like Fiery and Leafy.
Alrighty. We'll say 3 more questions and then we'll end it. So to everyone, what's the best water you all drink?
Water?
The water I'm drinking right now?
Apparently. That's just asked a lot of water questions. Like, I honestly feel like they're made of water at this point.
I don't mind tap water. I mean, I know it's different everywhere. Here in Perth, it's really nice. But I have been on holidays some places and it's shit. So I know tap water can be bad in places. But where I am, it's really nice. So I just like some good old tap water.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just, they get it from the tap. That's pretty much it. I can't really say much about like the best water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We've got our next question here. Sorry, I'm just dragged away from it for some reason. For everyone, who is your favorite BFDI host?
Announcer.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to be against everyone here.
Which one?
Oh.
Yeah,
What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
I like two.
I like.
I mean, I love to. I don't dislike any of them. I like all the hosts.
I like two,
but-
and I'm going to say why, right? I just
Okay.
think two is more relatable out of the three, and just because the fact that it's like two is supposed to be this big almighty being, and then him just getting beaten the shit out of all the contestants at the end of episode 1 just made me lose my shit. It was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love two. And it helps a lot that it's Niall, who's like one of my best and longest friends. So that's like, it's just nice to hear his voice out of two. But to me, like the announcer is just one of the best characters, I think. Like he's funny. Like I don't think a single joke has ever missed from him. I think he's always really charming. And there's something about him. I don't know. He's just like fun. He's interesting and he's mysterious. I really love him. Yeah, I think he's great.
I really like the announcer.
Right.
And I also like Puffball Speaker Box. I loved them.
Oh,
They were
Puffball!
great.
Speaking of, oh my god, I forgot about them. No, can I change my answer? Can I change my answer?
No, it's locked in.
Damn it! Oh god, of course this question appears again. Thank God this is not the last question, but someone's asked. I know you all hate this question, but what is your opinions on shipping?
I think it's fine. I don't
Same.
mind it at all. In my opinion, as long as it's not like a nasty relationship or something, then I think it's great. Like if it's just like characters that clearly like each other in canon, and then you just like feel comfortable or happy or inspired by shipping them, I think that's awesome. Like when I see people that are like, "Hey, I ship," I don't know. Like I mentioned this to you, Andy. Like if people ship like Paper and OJ, I'm like, hell yeah! Like ship Paper and OJ, why not? Like it's not hurting anyone. It's cool. Like that's just a nice thing to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with ship as long as it's like not characters that hate each other because that's like uncomfortable. But if it's characters that just get along, like I don't know, if you ship like I don't know, like I can't even think of any examples. Lollipop and Flower. Like if you ship that, it's sick. Yeah, that's cool. Got like no problem with that. Have fun. Obviously, it doesn't have anything to do with the canon. So, but if your fan thing, like if your fan theory or something is like, you get happy by having these like fan opinions, then that's awesome. Yeah, go ahead. I think it's great.
One of the things I've found recently is like stuff that's like objects being shipped with objects from a different show.
Oh yeah.
So like I found one for like Nickel BFB and Nickel II, and I'm like, but they're supposed to be the same character.
That actually is funny.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think that makes the most sense. Like Nickel only loves himself, so therefore.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally.
Sorry, Yellow. You were going to say something.
I mean, I was gonna say like Sam has pretty much like explained like everything. It's like if you want to ship like like a character like another character like go for it. Like I think that's great. Makes you happy. It's just like all around like and then like other things. I guess like with other shows like if you ship like two characters from different shows, if that makes you happy, then you know what? Sure, go. A lot of people like it's a very like a lot of people don't like talk about like that. I guess that kind of thing with like shipping because it's always I usually see that as like that was a big thing like in the OSC back then as well, like the whole shipping stuff. It's like it's obviously still like prominent to this day, and it's like I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and a large reason that people make shows and make content is to like provide like an experience and like make their audience happy and entertained. And if the way that fans then continue to be entertained by these properties is to like contribute to the universe by making like these fan theories or like fan art depicting things that make them happy, that is like the best thing ever. If a show can inspire an audience to like engage with the characters in a different way, that is like beyond cool. Like yeah, like the best thing ever is being able to like entertain or make people happy, and people being able to extrapolate on that and like continue to enjoy content through their own means. That is sick. That's so good. So yeah, I have no issue.
We do have 2 more questions left. I don't know what this question's about, so Yellow, you're gonna have to like tell me what the hell this is about. But
All right.
this is for you. Are you gonna make more ASOC video after you change your mind? What's this about?
Okay,
Change your mind.
it's actually that's funny you say that. So for those who don't know, and like yeah, Andy, you don't know, ASOC or ASOC was a little series like thing that I came up with like where each character is based on like a single color. So like we had characters like yellow, which kind of turned into like a separate character. Then like there was like a pink one, like called magenta. Then like a blue one. Like they're all just like based on one color. And so like on like if you go to my channel, you'll see like a playlist about like these characters and stuff like that I made up like years ago.
Wait. Actually, is that like animation from what you made like a few months ago? Was like the Looney Tunes one with the
standing on the side of the road.
Yeah,
was
like that like having to do with this kind of series? Because if that's the case, then I watched that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not really a series. It's just kind of like some characters like I came up with when I was younger. But it's actually kind of funny. Like this was brought up because like earlier on my Twitter, I have announced that like I'm discontinuing the project because so unfortunately like to Coral Horse that I will not be making any more videos around that. Sorry, I just don't like it. You know, it's very limiting just to have like a character based on a single color. I feel like it's a very limiting thing. You can only come up with so many things without it being like, oh, let's have a character called like maroon or a character called red. It's like they're very, very close, and it just I think it's very weird. It's a very weird thing with like, and then also like the main character was like a weird like self-insert of my character that I made like years ago, and I don't really like that. I'm not really like comfortable with that kind of thing anymore. So like today I announced that I was like discontinuing the project. So they're not like dead, but they're just like in limbo. They're not going to be mentioned. They're not going to be drawn anymore. They're not going to be like built upon. Like they're just kind of like gone. So unfortunately to Coral Horse, I will not be making anything like that again. So, there's that.
All right, well, thank you for saying that, because, like, again, I was just confused of what that was. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right, well, hold on. We've got one more question here. And it's from to Sam and Chris. Is there anything left of your show, like a script or concept art?
No. Sorry.
For me, I said this before. I did complete like a script for episode 3. Am I planning to release it in time? Probably not.
Yeah.
And like, I have like, oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but I did get like, I did like finish a couple of assets for episode 3, and I think that's all I did. It was just like a couple of completed audio and just like a couple of assets, and that's it. I don't think I started animation for the show.
I mean, I'm actually intrigued now. Who was actually going to be eliminated that episode, though?
It was Yoga Ball.
Makes sense.
Yeah, obviously.
But okay. Well, with that being said, that is going to be our last question. Just want to thank you, all 3 of you, for joining us today.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having like the 3 of us together. Yeah, like Yellow and ChrisShwafer are like 2 people I speak to like every day. They're very close friends of mine, so it's lovely I got to do it with them. Yeah, so I appreciate you putting us together, and it's really nice, like talking to you as well, Andy. It's been nice. So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
However, I do have to sadly tell you one thing. I haven't told you earlier, but you are actually going to be going to hell currently, like where everybody else is being right now. So I do have to give you 10 seconds before I drag you down there. So like, Yellow, you'll be going first. So you've got 10 seconds to say whatever you like. Go.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna, first. But anyway, Andy, thank you very much for having us on. You're a great host, and I just also want to say, Sam, fuck you.
Well, okay.
I'm not kidding when I say 10 seconds. So, right, Sam, you're next.
Okay, thanks for having me. It's been nice, and good luck on all your projects, everyone. Thanks for having me. Bye. Yay!
Alrighty, and then finally, Chris, you've got 10 seconds to say whatever you like. Go for it.
Please don't take me away. Please, I have so much to live for. God, oh please don't take me away. I have so many things to show and to tell. Oh my God, let's go.
Alrighty. Alrighty, well, thanks to Sam, Yellow, and Chris for joining me for this episode. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to all three of them. Even if Sam and Chris don't make content anymore, please go and subscribe to them. Object content should have specified that. Please go and subscribe to them. I do also want to just give a quick shout out to fucking Midnight real quickly, just because there's a kind of subscriber war thing going on. I don't know what it's about, but I've been told to give her a shout out. So yeah, Midnight, that's for you. But yeah, please go and subscribe to them. Thank you all for joining us. Subscribe to me if you're interested for more content. I do plan to make my own show as well, so if you're interested for that, stick around, because why not? Anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll see you guys next time.